Hello and welcome back to Digital Assets Daily. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in your corner of the world. Today I have a special video for you, and I think you'll be excited from start to finish. I've put a couple of videos together from our Twitter page, which I don't often connect to our YouTube channel. So if you follow us on YouTube but do not on Twitter, I think today will be a very exciting day for you. A lot of new investors, so I did want to pull up a lot of content to explain how this is an amazing opportunity and once in many lifetimes. Let's begin.
4 or 5 years ago, I think the use case for crypto largely was just associated with Silk Road. And then we graduated to the use case for crypto being speculation. Now, on one hand, you'd say, well, speculation isn't great. It's better than being known as just serving illicit purposes. I think now we're seeing increasingly it is focused on solving real problems for real customers. And the hype cycle that has driven blockchain, has driven crypto, I think has slowly abated, partly as measured by the market cap of all crypto being down, roughly 80-85%. At the end of the day, the value of any digital asset, I believe very strongly, will be derived by the utility that it delivers. There's a lot of crypto out there that I can't figure out what it does.
You familiar with XRP and the efforts of Ripple?
With the distributed ledger technology for their payments?
Yep.
Yes.
What about Stellar, which is facilitating cross-border transfers? Are you familiar with that one?
No.
It's coming close. They're working on it. Any sense on Q45?
This is another one I can tell you there's enormous bipartisan interest on this. I've been briefed on Q45. I've had several calls on it this week, and I've instructed our tax teams to speed this up. So we are doing everything we can. This has taken too long.
Look, I appreciate that because it appears on the technology side, there's been some remarkable breakthroughs on the ability for this technology to work. It would be wonderful for the world, if not our own society, to be able to get those into the field. I want to show you this article from the Wall Street Journal just a couple days ago. AI comes to the tax code. Thank you for doing this. This is actually one of the discussions we've had with many of our members here, that technology ultimately is the ultimate auditor. And the ability to use algorithms and artificial intelligence to know who should be audited, where you may have failures to file, and those things. Are there any things we can do policy-wise to help you adopt technology so we also get the benefit of the benefit budget-wise, and actually probably better compliance?
Well, let me just say we very much appreciate the funding that we've received on technology modernization. This is a critical area. As you said, we need to bring the IRS into the modern world so that we can, both from an audit and matching, and we also look forward to working with this committee on additional authorities for the IRS where we find there are mistakes or issues that we can authorize correctable issues.
Okay, because there is a concept that if we could actually get more adoption of the technology, we could actually re-look at that couple-month delay that was designed into the earned income tax credit, because you would actually have the data. You don't have to wait and see if it's a fraudulent return. So we could use technology and actually get people that value a couple months earlier.
The announcement was a focal point for regulators of different types to recognize that digitization and the digitization of the plumbing and other aspects of our financial system, including payment transfers, et cetera, it is coming. What I'll say, just the natural economic forces that it unleashes, taking fat out of the system, for lack of a better term, it's happening. Now, we have to recognize that that's happening, recognize our mission, safety and soundness, investor protection, fair markets, and ensure that as that digitization takes place, we're being true to those principles. But we should not be fighting that digitization, because if we fight it, it will go around us.
Well, thank you. That mirrors my feelings on it. And I assume that when you say it is coming,
I'm sorry, Senator, it's here.
This year.
It's here. It is here already.
Yeah, I see. It's here.
What are we talking in time frame? If we really focus on this, put resources toward it, best case scenario, what do you think that looks like? Ms. Baradoran, I'd like to hear from you first, if possible.
I mean, I think it will take as long as we put our priorities into it. If we want Fed accounts through postal banks, we can do that. We have the technology. There are a few things around the edges that we could do. We would need ATMs at certain post offices. We would need the Fed to do real-time payments and other types of efficiency things. But those are things that are well within our technological capacity or institutional capacity. These are things that we can and could have done, a year ago. I think we could do very quickly.
We have, large banks, their average transaction size using our technology is 8 figures, more than $10 million per transaction. We also have small payment providers. The average transaction size might be $100.
And David Schwartz stated, great stuff at the ILP team's latest workshop in Tokyo. It's now clear how the Interledger will connect the world's payment systems, driving the Internet of Value. If you need $1 million worth of XRP to make payments, the market price will be $1 million. The price of XRP doesn't affect anything. However, higher prices mean that same-sized payments will move the market less, making them cheaper. So higher is better. It can't be dirt cheap. That doesn't make any sense. If XRP cost $1, they'd need 1 million XRP, which cost $1 million. If XRP cost $1 million, they'd need 1 XRP, which would, again, cost $1 million. Then we have a video here stating what is the Interledger's total addressable market size, as stated by David Schwartz in the previous article.
So some people have heard me say this before, but I'll throw it out to the audience. What is Interledger's total addressable market size? All the money. Nobody wanted to feed it. Yeah, it's all the money, because what we're really talking about with this idea of the Internet of Value is creating a single global payment network that connects literally everyone and processes maybe not 100%, but 90+% of all the money. That's what we're talking about.
And then stated from the IMF, while central banks are not yet ready to deploy this tool, the ability to flip the switch may prove powerful in dire circumstances. As you hear in the community, flip that switch. Ripple's Chief Executive Officer, Brad Garlinghouse, financial institutions and banks are confident to flip the switch. Ripple's Chief Executive Officer, Brad Garlinghouse, has drummed support for XRP, saying that financial institutions and banks are confident to flip the switch by integrating their digital asset. I'm going to leave you with a final thought. The strongest factor for success is self-esteem, believing you can do it, believing you deserve it, and believing you will get it. All right, guys, this is not financial advice. It is for entertainment purposes only, and we will catch you in the next one. So don't forget to hit that like, share, and subscribe.